Okay, welcome. This video is for the wise ones. Now, I've got a lot of clients in their 60s and 70s at the studio, and we do a lot of mobility around the pelvic complex, a lot of being able to get up and down off of the ground without using your hands on your thighs, but we want to have that ability to move. Now, that being said, I've got clients who are much younger who are working on this as well, because if you are sitting at a desk, if you are sedentary during your daily work, and then going out and doing an activity but not mobilizing afterwards, then some of those problems can start to appear earlier on. Now, being able to get up and down off of the ground with a lot of hip mobility and strength is a longevity piece. And now there's more and more data coming in showing that quad strength is a direct indicator of length of life or longevity. Now, when we're going to go into some reps of this. If you feel your legs working, that is great. We want to be able to differentiate and feel, okay, that's like a bit of a burn, but it's a positive one. With any of these movements, you want to start with what's available to you today and what you can breathe through. Your breath is always a great metric to measure if it's working. If you're restricting your breath or if your breath is too disrupted, then you're probably going too far. Like if you're holding against what you're trying to do instead of getting a rhythmic inhale, exhale, it's too far. So dial it back until you can let your quality control come from the breath. And then over time, the range can get bigger and bigger, and then the breath gets deeper and deeper. So it's a direct correlation that you want to be able to inhale. And we're always inhaling as we open the heart center to the sky, and exhaling as we're bowing to the earth. So inhale, open, and then exhale, close. Now, we're going to start just even being bum on the sofa. I've got a cushion here to show you how you can utilize that as a prop if you need to. But even just starting here or here, and you've got that kind of range, okay? Now, if you can't go all the way forward with your hands on the ground, just place your hands on a cushion or something, right? Let's start with a few breaths here and just really compressing. So my belly is kind of between the thighs, because then I'm going to get a release through the low back, and then we start to get that release and the compression through the hips. It's a great union. So one side is releasing and one side is compressing, because as we move through this, we're going to actually be going from a tribal to a forward fold. And I've got clients who are 70 who can go bum on the Bosu and then hips all the way up in the air, bum on the Bosu. And that being said, that's a lot lower than what I'm on now. But this is a great place to start. You've got a lot of connection here. You're not going to worry about falling back. So make sure you're in a safe place, that you've got a nice open space. The sofa is a great height to start at, because you can go from here all the way to hips up. And then when you come down, you can open your arms up if that feels good. Okay, so let's just start coming back to that forward fold and just relaxing into your breath. And you want the upper body to kind of ragdoll down. And in this beautiful compression, you're going to notice that your abdomen probably feels like quite tight there. When you inhale, you want to expand the belly, expand the heart center. And then you exhale. Now, if it feels better, you can bring your arms up here as support. And the elbows are facing the sky, and you're still letting the spine drip heavy. And just relax, just release, really softening before we start to move. So let's start. We're going to inhale, come all the way up, and you can even gaze up to the sky. Then you're opening the throat. And then we exhale, come down. Inhale, let's open the arms up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, opening as much as you can, spread the wings wide. And then exhale, melting down. Okay? Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, down. Now, if you want, you'd still inhale, open to here. And then you would exhale, hips to the sky. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold, right? Taking whatever bend you need. You want to have connection between the belly and the ribs on the thighs. If you're out here, your low back is stretching and trying to load as well. You are much safer here, right? So we inhale, open. Exhale, close. good. Now, maybe that is just what you need. However, if there's more range, now you can move the cushion under the bum and bring your bum down. Now, you might need support here. That's okay. Shimmy the feet forward. Intention, you can't actually quite see. I should really have adjusted this. But intention would be that the heels are flat on the ground, okay? So when you do that, you're going to get into the arch of the foot's going to soften, the Achilles, the soleus, and up to the gastroc. So from this position here, now maybe the arms are here, and maybe you go exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now you can see from that perspective, if I come all the way back down, I have support. And maybe it means you sit here and take 10 breaths. 10 breaths is nothing. We all say that we don't have time, but let's just slow it right down and take 10 breaths here. This feels amazing. And I actually love being in full tribal, but having this little lean back gives you that opportunity to soften. So if you need to, pause the video and take your 10 breaths. Alternatively, then what we're looking for is full tribal position. Heels to the earth, hands can come into prayer, finding a long spine. So now the end result of what we went from the sofa would be exhale, hips up, inhale, down. Exhale, inhale. Now, if you feel like you need support, you can put something in front of you, whether it be a cushion or a couple cushions. If I really want to take away from having the body weight melting forward without support, I've got something to rest my elbows or my forearms on. Exhale, inhale. Now this is where you're going to start to get into the good bits with the thighs working, right? But now if that range isn't available to go all the way down, look, I can go just to here and then exhale to here. Inhale, exhale. So wherever you are today, it's okay. But the reality is, what is easy to do is also easy not to do. And if you take the time to start to nurture and nourish your hips like this, they are going to pay you back with mobility for life, that you can leave everything at the bottom of the pantry. You don't have to move everything up to eyesight, because you're going to get comfortable to be able to get down low and grab something and then squat and stand up without having to adjust your patterns. All of the research now is very much around use it or lose it. And people have said that for years, but this is so succinctly true. If you are not doing something, your body won't do that thing. If you are doing something, it might not be perfect in the moment, but trust that the sheer number of movements when it comes to mobility, your body will pay you back in dividends, okay? So try this out today. Not only are you keeping everything beautifully soft through the pelvis, you're releasing the low back, you're compressing the abdomen for all your vital organs are all getting squished in together, all your digestive processes, that's all getting kind of pushed in together, and then it's opening up, and then it's closing, and it allows everything to be compressed, and then a natural flow of blood, oxygen, and nutrients is gonna come in. Also, being inverted, flushing your brain with oxygen, with blood, with nutrients while you're upside down, your thyroid gland. And not only that, when we think about here in Canada, winter comes. And if we are accustomed to being able to move from head above heart to head below heart, and getting comfortable moving up and down like that, you are creating some spatial intelligence when it comes to moving your body, right? So even if you're just coming to here and you're supported on something, by moving your head up and down like that is training you to become more acclimated to spatial changes. So please try it out. Please take the time. This video has actually ended up being longer than I thought. So maybe you are going to start to see where you want to fast forward to and start to get into the juicy bits of the movement. And then as it starts to become part of your daily program, you don't need this video. You just need to show up and do the things. Make sure you're safe. If you're on a sofa, that's obviously not going anywhere. But if you're choosing to use a chair, make sure it's up against a wall. Make sure nothing can move out from underneath you if you're doing the bit where you're lowering the hips down, okay? Now, not only that, actually, if you wanted to, you can do your squats up and down from the sofa without using your hands. Okay, so try it out. Let me know. Share this with a family friend. Maybe it's your mom. Maybe it's your nana. You know, this is for everybody. And there's somebody that's 20 that might need this more than somebody that's 70. So age is not anything to do with ability. Stay doing the thing. Your body will keep on doing it. Have a great day. Peace.